We always had really big conversations early on that we wanted to have a family pretty soon after we got married. We both knew that that's what we wanted to have.
Hello, Kai.
He had low fetal movements when I was 40 weeks, I think, over 40 weeks. Went to the hospital. They put me on all these monitors and machines and told me that, obviously things weren't progressing the way that they wanted, so I had to have an emergency C-section.
We were born with some really large testicles, and I just looked and said, is this normal? What is that? But it turns out they were bilingual hernias, which is actually one of the signs down the track that there could be Sanfilippo syndrome.
We got told that we would have to see a paediatrician every 6 months, and that's what we did. And around 18 months, we got told about his speech, that it wasn't progressed enough, and that they might have to do some investigating into his hearing and all that kind of stuff.
Happy, good boy.
The paediatrician at the time kept wanting to see us. Maybe she had seen this condition before, similar conditions, I'm not sure, but the paediatrician was definitely onto something now that we look back at it, because she continually wanted to see Kai measure his development and was really always talking about his facial features and his head. We just thought it was normal. He was just a child with a large head. There was nothing.
And so I was 20 weeks pregnant with my daughter Grace, getting told the first time that there could be something wrong. There could be a storage disorder, and not knowing what a storage disorder was, had never heard of that term. That was when I remember still vividly saying to Jack, I just hope it isn't terminal. That was before we got the diagnosis, so I just kept saying to Jack, I just hope it's not terminal. And unfortunately, it was.
After we had our daughter Grace, it's probably time to get Kai tested for these genetic conditions that we didn't know a lot about. So we went back to our paediatrician, we saw her, and she recommended, we definitely need to do some screening because his speech was heavily delayed, those facial features that we'd spoken about, the bilingual hernias. Eventually we were told that Kai was diagnosed with MPS 3-5A. At this time, we knew nothing about the condition except a quick Google search, which isn't promising.
I just remember our journalist saying to us, just to take Kai home and love him, that it was a terminal condition, that we were told that he would pass away early teens, 10, 12, and I just remember bursting into tears. And also having a 6-month-old daughter who obviously wasn't showing any signs of Sanfilippo, but worrying about her being told that might not, might not have a long time with our children. When Grace was little, their relationship was the best. I'm glad that we had her where we did, because he knew her, he understood her, he would say her name. He just loved his little sister, absolutely. He was his little best friend. He doesn't acknowledge her really anymore, which is kind of sad to see.
He has no vocabulary anymore, he has no speech left, which is really, we've noticed over the last 12 months that speech has declined to the point where it's non-existent now. He doesn't talk. Even his understanding and communication, Kai doesn't respond to any communication now at all. Kai needs to be cared for 24 hours a day. You've got to be watching him and everything he does all the time, because he will put things in his mouth, he will destroy things, he will throw things. Not with a malice intent, but it's part of the condition. He doesn't understand what's happening with a lot of things.
Illness, it's just hard. Every day is not the same. Every day is different. Every day is just another battle of seeing all the different things that Kai can't do. You don't unsee the pain that Kai is in every single day, and that's hard, and that's what I want people to know, that Kai is fighting to be here every single day.
And Kai's our world.
Knowing that is not going to be here, that's probably the hardest part of dealing with having child Sanfilippo. Not knowing the end date, knowing that it's there, that you have the diagnosis, and that's the hardest part for me as his mum, seeing him be the shell of the person he was. That's the hardest part.
The research is very important. We do hope there is a day that no family will ever have to live with a child with Sanfilippo, and that no child will ever have to live with Sanfilippo again. So to have that not in anyone's life would be a blessing.